Can you see me? Can you hear me? Please, if you can see me and if you can hear me, can I see that in the comment section that you can see me and you can hear me? Please go to the community, call your friends, call your colleagues, call your neighbors, call your village people. Put up your phone and call whoever needs to be here. Call your friends, call your siblings, call your parents, your neighbors, your colleagues, and your village people. Tell them the Patienter Mom is live and we are still on the series Social Skills. How many of you can hear me? Can I be seen? Can I be heard? Please, can you confirm that you can see me and that you can hear me? And yes, can I be seen? Can I be heard? Can you see me? If you can see me, put it in the comment section and let us know where you are joining us from. It's so good to connect with you. Where are you joining us from? Let me see that in the comment section. Okay, so we've been having an amazing time talking about social skills since this month began. And today we're talking about why your child struggles socially. And this is the part 2. We started the part 1 yesterday, why your child struggles socially and what you can do about that. Because it's not just for a child to struggle socially, but the most important thing is what you can do. One thing is for the child to struggle, the other thing is for you to be able to do something. It's not just about struggling and you feel helpless about it. Now you know the problems. One thing is to know the problems. Another thing is to know the solution. So we are here for part 2, why your child struggles socially and what you can do about that. Why your child struggles socially and what you can do about that. Yesterday we talked about the part 1 and also the part 2. We talked about part 3. Who can remember the points we mentioned? We talked about your child may be overwhelmed. That might be the reason they are struggling socially. We also talked about the number 3, which is your child may not know how to start a friendship. That was number 3 we mentioned yesterday. And today we are starting with number 4. How many of you followed yesterday? How many of you enjoyed the time? So today we're talking about number 4, which is your child may not understand other people's perspective. Your child may not understand other people's perspective. Healthy friendship requires one important ability. Healthy friendships requires one important ability, understanding that other people, exist. Because some children, especially, they just seem to live in a world of their own. They don't even know whether another person is close to them or not. So understand that other people exist. Know whether other people, what they feel, understand what they think, and experience life daily. Your children naturally see the world from their own perspective. So they struggle to understand other people's perspective greatly, and they need to be taught. We are teaching social skills this month, and we are delving into different areas we can help these children with social skills. Let them understand other people's perspective. Some children need extra support to recognize that other people have their thoughts, other people have their feelings, other people have their preference, and other people have their emotions. They should learn that, to understand that other people have their emotions, other people have their feelings, other people have their thoughts. Because without this, understanding may be difficult for that child. They need to understand this greatly. Understand what other people think, understand what other people feel, understand what other people's emotions are. And today, we are also going to be talking about maybe another 2 or 3, as time permits. We're going to be talking about other 2 or 3 more points, before we call it a day. One thing you should realize that without this understanding, children with special needs may dominate conversations. You see, they just stand and they just want to dominate. They dominate conversations. They just want it to be all about them. They're the only one talking and the only one answering, interfering, without even listening, without even hearing the other people's thoughts. They insist on their own ideas. They insist on their own, and they become confused when others disagree. Especially those that are verbal, that can express themselves. As they are talking, they just want to be talking, and there can be excess of it. They feel surprised that other people are struggling. They don't want to understand, as in they can't comprehend it, they can't understand. So they need to be taught, they need to be guided to understand what is actually happening in other people's world. And what can you do about this? You remember that we're not just talking about problems, and that's why we said why children struggle socially and what you can do about it. So what can you do? It is very vital to know what you can do, not just the problem. So what can you do? So we are going to be talking about it today. Make perspective taking part of daily life. That is what you can do. Make perspective taking part of daily life. Ask questions such as, how do you think your sister felt when that happened? How do you think your brother felt when his toy was taken from him? What do you think your teacher wanted you to understand? That is perspective taking. What might your friend be thinking now? Always ask these questions. Put it to them. The goal is not to produce the correct answer every time. The goal is not to produce the correct answer every time. The goal is to strengthen the habit of considering another person's point of view. The goal is to strengthen that habit of considering another person's point of view, not just what other people are thinking. Now we're going to number 5, which is your child may be afraid of failure. Many of you really understand this. They don't want to fail. They may be afraid of failure. Some children appear shy. Some appear uninterested. Sometimes neither description is even accurate. They might not even be shy. They might not be even uninterested. The child just wants, as they don't want to be corrected. They just want connection. They don't want the rejection. So they might seriously be afraid of failure, especially if something has happened to them before and it didn't turn out well. Probably they tried to answer a question and they were told that it was not correct. They want to shy away from answering questions next time. They want to shy away from even associating with friends. They want to just feel, I don't want to fail. That's why we need to teach our children that failure is a gift. You need to fail. If the person that invented the electricity bulb did not fail over 90 times, we will not have the answer today. He failed severally, and when he was asked, how many times did you fail? He said he only realized how many times what he did could not be done. He didn't see it as failure, because failure is a teaching tool. Failure is a gift. So we need to teach our children, whether neurotypical, neurodivergent, we need to teach them that failure is not final. Whatever the thing is, whether it's in academics, whether it's in trying to make friends, but in any ways, they failed before does not make them a failure. So because maybe they tried and they failed, makes them want to shy away because they are afraid. If previous attempts to interact have been ignored, if it has been laughed at, if it has been misunderstood, many children, they begin to protect themselves. They just begin to protect themselves by avoiding social situations altogether. Avoidance can look like disinterest. It can look, see, I've really understood or gone through this with my child, and I understand this very well. They avoid things that will make them seem as if in this area I'm struggling. So they want to avoid it altogether. And many children are like that. They want to avoid it altogether. They don't even want to try because they are afraid they could fail. Avoidance can look like disinterest. Often, it is self-protection. It is self-protection. What can you do? Celebrate every effort instead of outcome. Celebrate every effort instead of outcome. Don't make a celebration a thing of only if they got it right. Celebrate every effort instead of outcome. If they try to say one more word they've not been saying before, celebrate it. If they try to greet a friend, celebrate it. If they were able to say hello, if they were able to greet properly, if they were able to wait and take thoughts, if they were able to understand things, celebrate it. Don't be waiting until they hit all their milestones. That's when you celebrate it. No, celebrate every effort. Effort is much more important than progress. Many parents want to see that big progress. They want to see that total transformation before they can appreciate what their child is actually doing, the effort they're actually making. Please celebrate effort. Effort. I didn't say celebrate the big victories. Celebrate effort instead of progress. So instead of asking your child, did you make a friend today? Ask, what is one brave thing you did today? Because confidence grows when children feel successful for trying. Confidence grows when children feel successful for trying, not only for succeeding. So don't make it as until they succeed. Let it be that when they make effort, they are hugely celebrated. I didn't say little. They should, whether it's big effort, little effort, no matter the effort they're making, let them be celebrated hugely. Like, make it a big deal. Make it a big deal. They'll be able to lace their shoes. They were not able to lace it before. Celebrate it. Make noise about it. They were able to bait themselves and they've been struggling to bait themselves. Make noise about it. Make noise. Celebrate it. Make it a big deal. You will see that their confidence will grow more. They will want to try other things. Not that they just made one mistake. You see, I've been teaching this thing. I don't even know when you are going to learn it. I've been teaching this thing. Only God knows when you will pick up. You don't just want to learn this thing. I thought you should have outgrown this by now. No, that thing just further puts them down. It doesn't even make them to learn. It doesn't even make them want to try. They keep just as in sitting on that seat of, I'm not moving. This is my comfort zone. So when they know they are highly appreciated, when they know that you celebrate the little effort they are putting, because these children are also trying, you might feel no one wants to remain like that. So when they see that little effort they are putting in is being celebrated, they want to do more. Then number 6, communication challenges can lead to social skills. Communication challenges can lead to social skills defects. It can lead to isolation. Communication challenges can lead to social isolation. Friendship depends on communication. When communication is difficult, relationship becomes difficult too. When friendship depends on communication and they are not able to communicate, friendship will become difficult. Because when communication is difficult, that relationship becomes difficult too. Because a child who cannot express ideas clearly, they become frustrated. If they cannot express how they feel, if they cannot really express or be able to say what is in their heart or how they are feeling at the moment, that friendship will be difficult. What's the essence if I'm not able to communicate what's in my heart to you? So a child who cannot express ideas will become frustrated. And also that's when you see they also become aggressive. They push others, they will not be able to maintain good relationship. They'll be pushing others, hitting others, biting others, So another child may understand jokes, another may understand questions with only one word. So you need to realize that these challenges can make social interaction exhausting. These challenges can make social interaction exhausting because they are not able to communicate their needs, they are not able to communicate freely, they are not able to communicate their ideas, they are not able to bring to the table what they feel. They become frustrated, they become withdrawn, and they will run away from opportunities of making friends. They won't want to make friends because they'll be feeling insecure in themselves. They'll be feeling frustrated. They will be having that tantrums over everything. You see them just overreacting for things that was not supposed to be so because they are not able to communicate. So, what can you do? That is the point we are here for. What can you do? Increase opportunities for meaningful conversations at home. Increase opportunities for meaningful conversations at home. It means together without screen, because the screen is an illusion. We have talked about screen before now. The screen is an illusion. It's a mini making machine. It doesn't really make a child speak. Take turns asking and answering questions. Expand your child's responses. If they say school, don't just accept school. You might respond, tell me one more thing you enjoyed at school today. The goal is to build confidence in expressing thoughts, not just letting them try, but let them express their thoughts. Not because they just said school, you leave it at that. You can still push further. What did you enjoy about school today? The goal is to build confidence, and this builds confidence, and that takes us to the last one, which is emotional regulation affects friendship. Emotional regulation affects friendship. Imagine playing a game with someone who becomes extremely angry every time they lose. It will be difficult for you to play a game with that person next time. Eventually, people stop inviting them to even play. So children who cannot regulate themselves, who cannot face disappointment, who cannot accept failure, losing a game, often struggle to maintain friendship. They often struggle to maintain friendship, not because they are unkind, not because they are unkind, but because other children find their interactions unpredictable. They don't know how this child will react if I win them in this game. I don't know how this child will react if he or she loses this game. I don't know how this child will react if he did not come first in the game. Probably know that he even lost, but maybe in the game of 5 persons, he took third or something. He's insisting that he must be the first person. So people will eventually withdraw from them. They will eventually not make them play with them all the time. They will not make those children to be around them because they are unpredictable. They don't want to accept no. They don't want to accept when things don't go their way. And what can we do? Practice coping with small disappointment at home. This is very crucial. Practice coping with small disappointment at home. Use board games. Allow everyone to win sometimes and lose sometimes. Intentionally allow it. Just set them up, let them lose so that you'll be able to explain and teach what it means to lose a game. You'll be able to teach them how they should fare. Allow everyone to win sometimes and allow them to lose. This is very crucial. Model calm responses when things don't go their way. This is very important because most children on the spectrum want things to go their way. It's either their way or no way. They want it and they want it that time. They don't know how to wait. They don't know when you tell them, wait, hold on, it's not yet time. They don't want to hear that. They just want things to go as they wish. So you have to model calm response. Let them know how they should react when things don't go their way. Children learn emotional regulation by watching emotionally regulated adults. That's why I always say we model what we want to see to these children. They watch how adults regulate emotions themselves and know how to, in turn, regulate theirs. So this is very crucial. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about point 8, we're going to be talking about point 9, and we're going to be talking about 10 and as the time needs. But I want to round it up tomorrow so we can get to another topic. We're going to be taking the part 3 tomorrow. And good news, we have our foundational program coming close. It's just 2 weeks away from now. If you have not registered, I don't even have words to tell you. If you have not registered, now you do yourself. Is that not how they say it? Now you do yourself for your own. If you like, you register. If you like, you don't register. What you are going to learn in those 3 days might be what your child is waiting for. It might be what your child is waiting for. I'm just telling you this. So if you still want to register, there's still a chance to register now. Because once we've gotten what we are looking for, the number of persons we can handle, we won't take registrations again. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves. So it's important, please, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, turn on the notification, invite your friends, invite others, let them know that we'll be talking about an area that affects special needs a lot throughout this month, which is the social skills. Let them know that you are getting value. And we've been doing this on a daily basis, come rain, come sun, whether there is time, whether there is weather issue, whether there is sickness or whatever, we are here. And because we want to deliver our mandate. Thank you for today. We'll see tomorrow again. Goodbye and bye for now.